Hello! Welcome to this little video where I'm going to show you how to build your light setup. To start, you're going to use this three-piece of wire that I've taped together and set up the initial bunches of wire. To do that, you're going to take the white pin and plug it in on the outermost rail that has a blue line beside it, as I've done here. Then you'll need to take the black pin, the black line here, and connect it on row 8 on the left-hand side, as I've just done here. So the white pin and the black pin are now connected to the microcontroller. We're going to connect this orange pin to the relay unit, which is here. To do that, you're going to need a small screwdriver. This is the one I'm using, and all you need to do is tighten and loosen the top part of the setup so that it tightens down on the pin. In this case, I'm going to connect the orange wire to the normally on. To the common, the one in the middle. So of the three spots, we're going the orange wire into the middle, and then just tighten down on the top until you can't tighten it, and you should have a nice snug connection. There will be a yellow wire that's loose inside of the package, and you'll want to connect this from the relay to the board. So first let's add the wire on to the normally open, NO, which is this port here beside the COM. So NO for normally open. Just insert the pin and screw down from the top. Once your yellow wire has been connected to the relay, we're ready to connect it to the board, and we're going to do that by connecting it to the red lines on the opposite side from those blue lines where you attached the white wire. So in the end, once you've correctly connected these 3 or 4 wires, they should look somewhat like this. The next step is going to involve hooking up the other wires from the relay in a similar fashion. We're going to take the white wire and connect it to the ground connection, just like we did before. So the white wire can just come in and click onto any one of these kind of blue pins on that outside lane. So, for instance, I've added that white wire there. Next, we're going to need to add the yellow wire to the same place that we added a yellow wire previously, on the hot side. So that's on the red side. So now I've connected the yellow wire to another port there on the red side. And then last but not least, we're going to need to connect the black wire directly to one of the pins beside the microcontroller. And I believe that's going to be... oh, I've forgotten which one. I need to double check, and then we'll come back and... Alright, now that I've double checked, we need to connect the wires, the black wire, to row number 24 here on this side of the controller. So if I'm looking on the breadboard, they have little numbers, and in this case I'm just looking for 24, and I can pop that black line into place. So now I have fully connected the relay to the microcontroller. I've got this kind of power line out here that I'm going to use to connect to the USB charger. That's actually what this cord is for. And then we're going to plug the barrel jack into this outlet. Once you've done that, then you can use these 3 connectors or rather I should say you can use these 3 connectors to connect to the LED strip. So to do that, on the LED strip, you're going to need to find the port which looks like this. It does not have prongs sticking out. It's got 3 holes on the end, and that's where you're going to connect the pins. In this case, if you look carefully at the wire once you get it, you'll notice that one of these 3 wires on the LED strip kind of has some gray markings on it. That wire is going to be the neutral, I'm sorry, not the neutral, but the ground wire. And that's what we're going to plug our white line from these 3 pins into. So the white line being all the way on the right from my orientation plugs into the right, and then the next, the middle pin into the middle hole, and then finally that one on the outside. So they really do go in the order that they're taped together. White first, black in the middle, and then orange all the way to the left. Alright, so you just push them in, you should get a nice flush contact, and then you're connected to the LEDs. Now this is not a practical setup, right? I'm just showing you how to connect it. You will likely want to add a little more length to your connection, so I've actually added an extension cord to your little pack. That's what this piece is. Basically, it's got the same 2 ends that you would expect from the LED connector. So you can locate this end of the extension cord, and it's actually coated red, green, and white. The white color is the same color that I've used on the board, so the white string to the white, the white pin to the white line, that ground line. Black is green and orange is red. Once you've connected it like this, then you can just run to the other end. This is about a meter, a little bit more than a meter's worth of cord, and you'll be able to take this kind of connector, if you will, which has some pins sticking out of it, and connect it to the actual LED strip. So in this case, there's only one way to do that properly. When you do it, you should hear them click together. In this case, I'm just going to snap them together, and we should be good to go. Technical difficulties, and there we go. Alright, so once you get that orientation correct, like I said, there's only one way to do that. They snap together, give you a nice fit, and that'll add some length, and you can move the lights and unfurl them as you will. So let's double check that everything is working. Once you've got it connected like this, you'll need your power supply. You'll take this power cord, USB end into the power supply, and the barrel jack into the barrel jack. And when you do that, you should see the lights jump to life. Here we go. Alright, now as mentioned, we're going to go ahead and connect the barrel jack with all the other pieces connected as described previously, and the lights should come on. It runs a standard pattern that I've set for your default, a little green and gold if you will, but you can use the button to change that to another preset that I've made for you, a little bit less harsh. If you double click the button, it'll transfer over to this Aurora type effect. If you want to go back to the first one using the button, just hold it down for a long press. Finally, if you want to turn the whole rig off using the button, just press it one time like a short press. When you hear that click from the relay, that tells you that the electricity has stopped flowing to the LEDs. The microcontroller itself is still receiving power, so you can still turn it on and off, for instance, through the button or through the app on your phone, which I'd be happy to explain or send some links for some information on the internet. So this wraps up the demo, if you will, for all the different pieces. You've got the LEDs themselves. Don't forget you've got this nice little extension cord here that you can connect to give yourself a little length, and then the other pieces described earlier. Definitely give me a call if you run into any problems, if you got questions. I've also taken some pictures that I'll send to make it a little easier as well. All right. But yeah, enjoy and congratulations.